Hello, thank you for joining me today. We'll begin by finding a comfortable position, seated, lying down. And just taking a few moments to anchor your attention, your awareness on the feeling of your breath. In these practices, we've been exploring meditation and how we can use our asana yoga practice as a moving meditation. Remembering that meditation is compassionate attention. And so today, we'll be exploring this further through the principles of sthira and sukha. Sthira being this understood as stability or effort, and sukha, we can understand it as ease. That no matter what pose or what movement you may be doing, that you make sure you're still in a good space, that you're okay. And so we use this approach, this balance between the effort and the ease, even as we approach our breath. Can you allow the inhalations to enter through the nose without any effort? Like you are simply creating space within yourself to receive the breath. The exhalations calm and complete. Perhaps allowing the exhalations to be longer than the inhalations. We begin our practice today with an excerpt by the poet Dorothy Hunt. And she wrote, "Do you think that peace requires an end to war? Does peace require an absence from your boss, your spouse, yourself? Do you think peace will come some other place than here, in some other time than now, in some other heart than yours? Peace is this moment without judgment. That's all. This moment in the heart space where everything that is welcome. Peace is this moment without thinking that it should be some other way, or that you should feel some other thing, that your life should unfold according to your plans. Peace is this moment without judgment, in the heart space where everything that is welcome." So maybe seeing if we can think about this in our practice, about creating a space for you, welcoming whatever arises. It's not easy. It means noticing when judgments come and doubt, being present with sensations that might not be so pleasant sometimes. But can we create a space for all of that, using the breath to help you, to be your anchor? Next time that you inhale, we'll extend the arms up. And as you exhale, we'll guide the hands to the heart as a reminder to be gentle with yourself in your practice. And just take a few moments if you'd like to move around a little bit, stretch your legs. And we're going to begin today with your knees on the ground, sitting on your heels or on a block, and placing your hands on your thighs. We're going to start just shifting your entire rib cage over to one side, and then shifting the entire rib cage over to the other side. So we're just moving the torso and the chest sideways in space. Just notice how much movement you can get in one side compared to the other side. And then start to create circles with your upper back. So we're going over to one side and then forward in space, shoulder blades together. Other side, and then we separate the shoulder blades as you go back. 2 more, a total of 4 in each direction. Focusing the movement in the upper spine more than in the lower spine. And we'll switch directions, creating a rhythm with your breath and allowing your movement to follow that rhythm. Finishing this last cycle at your own pace. And at the end of this cycle, we'll come back to center and we're going to come all the way up onto your knees and reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Opening the arms to the sides, we're going to bring your right hand to your chest, left arm straight behind you, and hinge backwards in space. As you inhale, we switch. Right arm extends back. Everything is engaged, the legs, the core, the glutes. Reaching back, only as far as feels okay for you. Right arm again. One more cycle. Left arm reaching back. Inhale as you transition. Exhale as you reach back, right arm. Coming back to center, we're going to reach both arms up and extend the spine. Legs and core are active. Imagine a string pulling the chest upwards, creating length from the tailbone to the top of the head. And as you release, we'll get ready for Anahatasana, like child's pose, but the hips stay up and the spine stays long. Pressing your fingertips into the ground will focus the breath into the upper back. So as you inhale, we're going to lift the head and the chest a little bit, like you're inflating your upper back with your breath. And as you exhale, allow the chest and the shoulder blades to sink towards the ground. Inhale, we round a little bit. Exhale, sink down towards the ground. One more. Inhaling to lift. Exhale, imagine your chest, shoulder blades melting. And we'll come onto the hands and knees. And as you inhale, coming into a cow pose. Exhale, downward dog, and we'll move your heels over to the left. Bending your knees and reaching your hips back in space to stretch the right side of your body. Hands evenly weighted. We'll inhale to come to center. Exhale, let your heels drop over to the right, reaching your hips back. A slight bend in your knees. Inhale to center, and we'll come forward into a plank pose. When you're ready, we're going to lower all the way down to the ground. Reaching the arms back. Each time you inhale, we'll come up into locust sthira, releasing on the exhale. Inhale, we extend, neck and face relaxed. Exhaling down. Again with your breath coming up. Exhale as you release. The next time you come up into the pose, we're going to hold the pose. Can you feel the legs strong, the abdominal muscles active, and the arms are active as they reach back, but the neck is relaxed? Notice where you feel the breath in this pose. As you exhale, we'll release, and we'll press back into child's pose. From child's pose, rolling forward into tabletop, inhaling to cow, and as you exhale, slowly cat pose. Inhale, cow pose, maybe focusing on the upper back. Exhale as you round. One more inhale, cow pose. Exhale, downward dog. Following your breath, inhale, plank pose. And as you exhale, slowly lower to the ground. This time, we'll come into cobra. As you come into cobra, feeling again the strength of your legs. But the neck is relaxed, face relaxed. Shoulders away from the ears. As you exhale, we'll release, pressing back again into child's pose. Inhale, come into tabletop. And we're going to get ready to do some scapular circles, like the circles you did when you were on your knees at the beginning, but we're loading the movement. So we're going to have your hands on the ground. The hands are pointing slightly out and the shoulders are rolling away from the ears. We shift over to one side, then let your chest go down towards the ground and then round the back. So we go over to the side, shoulder blades come together, over to the other side, and we round the back. So we're moving in circles. Knees can stay on the ground or up. When you're ready, moving over towards the left with your circles. Remember, the elbows stay straight. The legs and the core are active the entire time. We're going to try 4 circles before switching directions. Now moving over towards the right with the circles. Core active the entire time. Press your fingertips and knuckles into the ground. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Last cycle, releasing and resting on your knees. From there, we're going to reach the arms all the way up And then interlace your hands behind your back. Bending the elbows will press the knuckles against the back and reach your shoulders and elbows back in space as you extend the chest upwards. Finding the most relaxing, neutral position for your neck. Feeling the breath maybe under your armpits and your chest, in between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, we'll release and get ready to stretch your wrists, pointing your fingers towards your knees. And we're going to start to shift back and forwards 10 times. You can always do this with the hands pointing outwards if that's best. At the end of the cycle, just release the wrists a bit. And we're going to continue with a movement to help activate or increase our awareness of the muscles all around your shoulder blades that make up your shoulder girdle. All the muscles back there that you can't see. So we're going to bring your forearms to the ground. If you have a block, you can place the block in between the elbows. You can do the same movement if you don't have a block. Just making sure these shoulders stay pressing down and back towards the knees. And the elbows, they squeeze inwards. The elbows are always pressing in towards the center. So once you have the position, if you have a block, leave the block in between the elbows. And we're going to exhale, lift your forearms off the ground and squeeze your elbows inwards. We're going to do these a few times. Squeezing the elbows in, lift the forearms up, and drop the forearms down. Up and down. Shoulders stay away from the ears, and the core muscles, the abdominal muscles, are active the entire time. Continue to do this on your knees. Extra spicy is to try without the knees on the ground. Lift the elbows, but don't let the elbows separate. Squeeze the elbows in. We'll do 5 to 10 repetitions. Core stays active, neck relaxed. And the entire time, shoulders away from the ears, elbows are squeezing inwards. Once you've done 10 sets, we're going to take the knees down and give a well-deserved kind of break to your shoulders, any movements that feel nice. From your lizard's pose, we'll get ready to twist, extending your right arm up as you lift the back knee. Exhale, let your arm pass in front of your chest as you round the upper back. Inhale, we twist. Exhale as you round. One more, inhaling to extend. Exhale, rounding the spine. The next time you inhale, we'll lift the right arm and pause in the pose. Imagining lots of space in between the shoulder blades and length. in both sides of your torso. As you exhale, we're going to release into downward dog, option to extend your right leg up, bending the knee. We'll gently point the knee to the ceiling. From here, as you inhale, option to lift your back heel up as you reach your hips back. Exhale as you drop your back heel. Nothing else moves. So inhale, we lift the back heel. Exhale as you set it down. The next time you inhale, extend your right leg again and bring it to the front of your mat, stepping it in between your hands. Low lunge. Inhale as the arms come up. We'll take hold of your left wrist and side bend to the right. Engaging the glutes, strong in the legs but soft in the face and neck. As you inhale, we'll come back to center. And as you exhale, lifting your back knee, reach the hands down to come into a pyramid pose. Just a soft pyramid pose to stretch your front leg, moving the hips around if you like. And we'll release to downward dog. As you inhale, we'll come into plank. As you exhale, the knees will go down. Transition to child's pose. Use the inhale to come onto hands and knees. Exhale, downward dog. So this is an example of a modified vinyasa. If you're pregnant or you just want something different, you can do that. Option 2, we inhale plank. Take the knees down. Add a little push-up. Pushing back up. Coming onto your heels, lifting the arms all the way up. Hands to the heart. One more vinyasa. Inhaling plank. This time, bending the elbows for a push-up. And coming straight up into an upward dog. Knees can be on the ground if that's best for you. Downward dog when you're ready. So these are just to give you some alternate options for vinyasas, should you choose to do something different. When you're ready, left leg comes up. Exhale, bring your left foot forward for lizard's pose. Getting ready for the twist. As you inhale, the spine initiates the twist, and the arm follows as you lift the back knee. As you exhale, we're going to round the upper back, crossing the arm in front of the chest. Inhale, arm up. Exhale as you round. One more full cycle. The next time you inhale, we're going to pause in the twist. Feeling the strength of your legs, space across your chest and in between your shoulder blades. As you exhale, we'll release. Getting ready for downward dog. Option to extend your left leg up. Bending the knee. We'll open the hips. Keeping the hands firmly in contact with the ground. Maybe inhaling to lift your back heel, reach your hips back. Exhale, drop your back heel. As you inhale, lifting the heel again. Exhale, setting it down. The next time you inhale, we'll extend the left leg. Exhale, bring it forward. And set your back knee down for a low lunge. Inhale as the arms extend. We'll take the right wrist this time, lengthening up and side bending to the left. Just feeling the strength of your glutes, the hips. Whenever you inhale, we'll come back to center. Lifting your back knee, we'll set your hands to the ground for a more gentle version of pyramid. So back knee can be bent if you want to just sway your hips around. I'm just getting ready for downward dog. Any vinyasa of your choice. Option to inhale to plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhaling into cobra. As you exhale or release. And we'll come back into a child's pose. From your child's pose, we're going to come up onto your hands and knees and downward dog. And from your downward dog, as you exhale, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. As you exhale, we're going to bend your knees for chair. Inhale to chair pose. Whenever you exhale again, we're going to let the arms hinge down and back. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. Straighten the legs. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Feeling the breath somewhere in the body. And we're going to extend your arms forward and try to imagine pushing from the outside of your shoulder all the way out and through the pinky finger. And then we're pulling from your thumb all the way up into your armpit. These lines of energy help you to create a co-contraction in your shoulder that stabilizes the shoulder in the joint. So take the arms out to the sides and imagine these lines of energy from the shoulder out the pinkies and start to make circles with your arms, keeping the muscles of your shoulders active as you do the circles. So we're engaging your shoulders and your arms and making the circles even, going as much forward as you go back in space. So we're going to try to do about 30 circles and then switching directions. Get ready to go in the opposite direction. Imagine the circles coming from the shoulder joint. Thinking of one of these lines of energy, if not both, even as you're moving. So we're just counting 30 in each direction. Relax the neck. Try to relax the breath as best you can. And then any movements that feel nice when you're done. Coming to center, we're going to get ready to lift your arms up. And then just exhale and whoosh your arms back. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, whoosh your arms back. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, whoosh them back. And then we're going to come all the way up when you inhale. And exhale. Interlace the hands behind your back as you fold. Keeping the arms interlaced, we're going to start to lift your chest and get ready to lift your left heel off the ground. Once you feel stable, we're going to lift your left knee and get ready for a warrior 3, extending your left leg back in space. Try to focus on pressing down through the right heel, feeling the strength of your hips, the glutes for support. At the end of your breath, we're going to set your back foot down for warrior 1, lifting the chest as you inhale. You're going to dip the chest to the inside of your leg as you exhale, gently stretching the shoulders. At the end of your breath, release the clasp, and then come all the way up into reverse warrior. Exhale, both hands all the way down to the ground. Stepping back, downward dog when you're ready. From downward dog, any vinyasa of your choice. I'm choosing a simple cat-cow transition. Just meeting back in downward dog at your own pace. From your downward dog, as you exhale, either step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale to extend the chest. Exhale, bend the knees, and we'll come into chair pose. As you exhale, arms down and back, interlace your hands behind the back, gently stretching the shoulders. Inhale, we'll lift the chest and get ready to lift your right heel. And then lifting the right knee, slowly with control, shifting into warrior 3. Sthira and sukha. The legs, the glutes, the core are stable and working, but the neck, the face, the breath is relaxed. We'll step your back foot all the way back for warrior 1, lifting the chest up as you inhale. We'll exhale and fold inside of your left knee. Maybe releasing the exhalations through the mouth. And at the end of your breath, release into reverse warrior as the left arm extends up to the ceiling. As you exhale, both hands all the way down. Getting ready for downward dog. Inhale to plank. And as you exhale, we'll lower all the way to the ground. Inhaling into cobra. Any cobra that feels nice for you. As you exhale, we'll release. And we'll shift back onto your knees, sitting on the heels. And we're going to take a moment using a block or a book to practice an action that we need for Pincha Mayurasana that help us connect to the muscles in our shoulder girdle. So once you have the block in between your palms, we're going to have the shoulders away from your ears. The same actions, a feeling of pushing from your shoulder out through the outside of your elbow, pulling from the inside of your elbow up into the armpit. So think about this pushing and this pulling happening at the same time. Now squeeze your elbows in towards each other. Keep squeezing your elbows towards each other and start to extend your arms up. Try to have your arms be as straight as possible without losing the actions of pushing from the shoulder all the way up through the pinky, pulling from your thumb all the way into the armpit, shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to come down, squeeze your elbows towards each other, and notice what you feel when you let your elbow go apart. When the elbows go apart or they open, we lose the connection to the muscles in the upper back. So if you need more time exploring that, you can pause the video and try again. I'm just doing some movements here, releasing the neck. And we're going to try to use these actions in the pose. Starting with the forearms on the ground, you can have the palms flat or the palms together. From there, we lift the knees, coming into dolphin pose. And stay in this pose, breathing and working on those actions in the shoulders. If you like a variation, take your left hand in the same position where your right elbow is, and make sure that the shoulder is away from your ear and that the elbow is pressing inwards. In this variation, option to lift your left knee, extending it up to the ceiling. Both shoulders are away from your ears. The elbows are pressing inwards. Focusing the breath in the sides, in the back. We'll release. And we're going to get ready for side plank on your right side. Feel free to bring a knee down for extra support. Those same actions apply here, pushing from the outside of your shoulder all the way through the pinky, pulling from your thumb up into the armpit. Noticing the breath. From here, any way that you want to bring your left foot to the front of your mat, you're going to set it forward for warrior 2. Taking the arms out to the sides. As you inhale, we'll lift the arms up and take hold of each elbow. Holding onto the elbow, side bend to the right, stretching the left side of your body. With your breath, we switch, side bend to the left, as you press your right heel into the ground. Coming back to center, side bend over to the right. Back to center and side bending over to the left. One more, side bending right, side bending left, and we're going to release into side angle pose. Elbow can be on your knee or arm inside of your leg. Feeling the grounding of your right heel as you reach through the right side. Maybe breathing into the sides of your body. We're going to release from this and open the arms wide. Exhale as you fold forward. Allowing the head to be heavy, the neck to relax. The next time you inhale, we'll lift the chest halfway and pause, and start to slowly roll all the way back up. Let your right arm just pass in front of your body as you pivot to the front of your mat for a high lunge. Lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, we'll bring all the weight onto your left foot, lifting your right knee for Gomukhasana. The left elbow will be on top as you wrap the wrists or the palms. I like to press the inside of the thighs against each other, so inwards. Can you let the shoulders be down away from the ears as you lift the elbows to be in the same line as your chin? Hands away from the face. At the end of your breath, we're going to release your right foot down, keeping your arms as they are. Inhale, lift the elbows and press your shoulder blades against the back. As you exhale, we round, bringing the elbows down. Inhale, the elbows come up, shoulder blades press against the back. Exhale, elbows down, followed by the chin. Releasing the arms, we'll inhale, opening the arms wide and up. Exhale as you fold forward. From here, we're going to take your left hand to your left hip, bending your right knee. We'll get ready for a twist. Twisting to the left. Option to extend your left arm if that feels okay. Imagine length in both sides of your torso. When you exhale, we'll release and repeat on the right side. The left knee is bent and we extend the right arm up. As you exhale, release, relax the head, and we'll lift the chest halfway. Stepping back into downward dog. In your downward dog, we're going to get ready to set your knees down and choose any variation that you like of this pose. Hands can be together or flat. Only if it feels okay, put your right hand in the same level as your left elbow. Lifting your knees. Option to lift your right leg up, bending your right knee. Can you feel the shoulders away from the ears and the elbows pressing inwards towards each other? So we're connected to all those muscles in the upper back. Can you allow the breath to stay calm? At the end of your breath, we get ready to release and prepare for side plank on your left hand. Any variation that feels nice for you. Feeling the connection to your legs, to your core. Allowing the neck, the face to be relaxed. Explore how you can create space in between your shoulder blades. Stable in the shoulder. From here, we step your right foot to the front of your mat. Take the back heel down and we'll come all the way up into Warrior Two. As you inhale, you're going to bring the arms up, take hold of the elbows, and get ready to side bend. Side bending to the left as you press your right heel firmly into the ground. Switching with your breath, side bend right. Left heel is grounded. And follow your breath, focusing on opening the sides of the body. One more cycle, side bending to the back of your mat. And then side bending forward and releasing either the elbow on the leg or your right arm inside of your right leg. Just imagine this line of energy from your back heel all the way through the fingertips of your left hand. At the end of your breath, we'll release, opening the arms, get ready to fold forward. Any position that you like with your arms. And the next time that you inhale, we'll lift the chest halfway and pause. And just start to roll all the way up to standing, taking the arms out to the sides. The left arm is going to pass in front of your body as you pivot to the front of your mat, coming into a high lunge. Active in your legs and the core so that you can reach up through the spine, extending the spine. Allowing the breath to be calm. We'll prepare to bring all the weight onto your right foot, coming into Gomukhasana. This time, the left elbow will be on the bottom, right elbow on top. Can you allow the shoulders to stay down away from the ears as you lift the elbows, chin height? Feeling the breath in your sides, in your back. The neck relaxed. And at the end of your breath, we release, stepping your left foot down. We're going to just take your hands behind your head, just stretching a moment, maybe moving side to side. And we'll fold forward. As you inhale, we're going to lift the chest halfway and pause. Exhale as you step back into downward dog. A little change of scenery here. From your downward dog, inhale, come forward to plank. As you exhale, lower slowly to the ground, everything working together. And once you're there, we'll come into Sphinx pose. The legs, the core are active to support the lengthening of the spine. Shoulders away from the ears. Maybe feeling the shoulder blades pressing gently against the upper back. The next time that you exhale, we're going to tuck your toes. Engaging the abdominal muscles, we're going to get ready to lift your hips. If you feel okay, lift your knees, coming into a plank. Once you're in your forearm plank, we're going to do some gentle movements. Using your toes, you're going to shift your shoulders forward and back, keeping your hips low, the legs, the core connected, but the neck, face, breath relaxed. The last one or two, I'm going to try a total of about 10, shifting forward or back, and then releasing the hips when you're done. Some gentle movements, turning your neck side to side. And after this last movement with the neck, we'll come back to center. And we're going to bend your left knee. Option 1 is to stay here and focus on gently extending the chest forward in space. Option 2 is to take your left arm back, taking hold of your foot. The right shoulder is away from the ear, stable in that right shoulder. Abdominal muscles gently active so that you can extend forward through the chest. Option to lift your left knee off the ground, extend your right arm and your right leg. Try to continue creating space in both sides of your torso, lengthening. We're going to release on your exhale, taking a moment to rest your spine. And we'll get ready to do the other side, beginning in our Sphinx pose. We're going to bend your right knee, stay there, or take the foot. As you reach your right shoulder back, engaging the core to extend to the spine. Left shoulder stays down away from the ear. Feel free to continue in this pose. If you feel okay, you have the option to lift your right knee up off of the ground and extend your left arm and your left leg. Imagine reaching forward through the arm as you reach back through the leg. As you exhale, release. Any movements that feel nice, maybe coming back into a child's pose for a moment. And we're going to finish our practice practicing Pincha Mayurasana. So please feel free to leave both feet on the ground and focus on developing strength and breathing in the pose, calm breath. So wherever you are in your journey with this pose is good. What's nice that these poses teach us patience. We're going to begin with your forearms on the ground. Palms can be together if that's comfortable. So remember the action, you're pushing from the shoulders all the way down to the outer elbows, pulling from the inner elbow up into the armpit, stabilizing the shoulder. Please stay there. The next step would be using a block or a stack of books, stepping your right foot a bit closer and lifting your left leg up. In this pose, each time you exhale, you would lift the heel and rock forward until hips are over your elbows. Just rocking forward and then dropping the heel. Repeating that 5 to 10 times and switching feet. The last step, using a wall behind you, is to come up into Pincha Mayurasana. Use your breath, lifting your left leg. We exhale and try a little hop. Finding the wall with your top foot. Slowly begin to extend the opposite leg. Feeling the connection of your core, the legs are active and pressing together. The shoulders are away from the ears as you press the elbows into the ground. No matter what variation that you're trying, can you focus on trying to lengthen exhalations, calming the breath for about 10 breaths. When you're ready to release, relax for a moment, take a break. Maybe some gentle movements with your neck or your shoulders. We're going to get ready to try again. No matter what variation that you're trying, if you're using a block or a stack of books, take your foot a little bit closer in, your left foot, And then you can practice your hops or just leaning forward and back with the foot staying on the block. So the most important, I think, in this pose is that it feels controlled and stable. That the shoulders are away from the ears. You feel a connection to the breath, to the muscles in your upper back. We'll try for about 5 to 10 breaths, releasing down when you're ready. And just taking a moment, maybe some gentle neck rolls, some gentle movements in your spine. And we're going to get ready to come into a seated position, taking your feet in front of you. As you inhale, we'll extend the spine one more time, opening the chest. And as you exhale, can you round the back and roll all the way down onto your back? From here, we'll take your hands behind your head, interlacing your fingers. We're going to gently lift your head up off the ground, bringing the chin in towards the chest. Feel free to stay still, or maybe gently moving your head left and right. When you're ready, we release the arms, finding a comfortable position for Shavasana. Taking a few moments to give permission to your body, to your breath, to be as it is. No longer controlling anything. Coming back to the words of Dorothy Hunt. Peace is this moment without judgment. Meditation is not about silencing our thoughts, calming the mind, but about a compassionate attention and awareness to what is. Using the feeling of the breath as it moves through your body, the sensation of your breath as your anchor. Coming back and feeling the breath somewhere in your body when you feel that your mind has wandered elsewhere. The breath, a reminder that you are here, present, that you are okay in this moment. please feel free to stay here in Shavasana as long as you like. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. And I wish you a beautiful day.